Hey guys, this is Rise here with Cholera doing set 4 of Lecaf Oz versus STX Seoul. And the first 3 matches were all good. Now we're up to the 4th. We got BackHo versus July. That's right, BackHo versus July. And a couple of stats before we go into anything. BackHo is horrible against Zerg. He's like 34%, something like that. July, however, is pretty good. He is 68%, I believe. Yeah, 68%. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough battle for BackHo right off the bat, once again on paper. And Medusa actually favors Protoss a little bit on this map, though. So that's one thing BackHo actually has going for him. But I don't know if he's got enough to overcome the God of War on this map. There's a little bit of history between these two as well. Cholera, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, actually, I'm just looking at the stats. July is 5-1 against the BackHo. Sorry, I just have to. BackHo, I'm sorry, but this is the first commentary I've done of him since I watched him dance in drag, and it is hard to go back from that.
And we'll put a link in the info box. It is hard for me
to commentate. Yeah, we'll do that in case you're wondering. Lecaf dancing, if you want to search it up on YouTube. But prepare it if you have. Look at BackHo. BackHo concentrating very hard here. Look at him. He's giving himself self-affirmations as to winning. July is 5-1 against him. He also beat him 3-1 in the OSLs back in the round of 8 in the OSL that July ended up winning, the Ever OSL. And he beat him in just a painful way. I mean, he just schooled him pretty much. I mean, you know, BackHo ended up doing all sorts of weird builds, just trying to, you know, somehow win against July, but July just laughed at them. I mean, you know, BackHo was like, I think it wasn't, I don't know if it was The Rock or BackHo who tried to go straight Reaver drop against JulyZerg. And July just, if you just saw his face, he was just like, are you kidding me? And he just built like 6 Mutalisks and killed everything. He literally, with 6 Mutalisks, killed everything that BackHo / The Rock owned. But,
what does
yeah,
BackHo and The Rock have in common?
What do they have in common?
They're both tools. They're both idiots, man. Both of these players suck. They both have fan clubs for some reason. I don't know how. The Rock has a fan club. Don't even get me started on that one. And BackHo, of all people, dressing up as a girl, he has a fan club. How is that possible? There's nothing to be a fan about.
Well, I think there's just a lot of guys who are into, you know, trannies.
Oh, good call.
Pretty
That's
much.
a good call. Lady boys are popular in Asia, right?
That is true. That is true. And if you watch that video, just notice how Jaedong comes down at the end, and he's not dressed in drag, and he dances better than all those fools, and he's just awesome. He's wearing these goofy shades, and he's friggin' manly. Like, you just see, basically there's like 3 girls, and then the real man, who's Jaedong. And meanwhile here, we're seeing a 9-pool gas here from JulyZerg. He's going to be going for some speedlings. Meanwhile, we're seeing the Forge first, probably 2 cannons up for BackHo. And by the way, the new term for zealots who do poorly are holots. That is right. They are holots. The opposite of manlots are holots. And we'll see if BackHo employs any of his holots in this game. All right, so let's keep commentating now.
Some of them. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see some of them. Looks like a couple of cannons going down for BackHo right away before he puts up that Nexus. Obviously a good idea. 6 lings on the way to his base. They're going to at least force him to put up those defenses before he can get that up. I don't know if we'll see a run-by or not attempted here. There's also the possibility of what we saw very recently. I don't know if it's too soon to spoil it, but Shine Cal versus, what's his face? 4GG. Was it 4GG?
Up Magic.
Or GG Play.
Up Magic.
Oh, Up Magic.
GG Play.
Whatever.
Up
Too
Magic.
many current players. Anyway, he actually
GG
went at the temples. I know. But he's got a GG like 4G. Anyway, he went after the temples, and they actually broke in the back of the temples, and I mean, totally just ransacked Up Magic's base. And I'd be interested to see if we see similar play from the Zerg player July again this time. Although he didn't do it last time, so not again. But just see some sort of similar play like that. It looks like a pretty good wall up there for BackHo, so it's going to be kind of tough for a run by. But he's got speedlings at this point. He's got 8 out. I don't know if he's making more. It looks like he's concentrating on drones at this point. So we're going to see what he can do with. And he's attacking the temple. So we're going to see if he can take down 10 temples in a row. That may mean nothing, by the way, considering the fact that the temple takes forever to take all 10 down. He's got to get a couple more rings on that, I think. So a lair going down in the meantime, though. So we'll see what he goes. Could try to go for a temple break.
This is going to be really interesting. We're going to see some old-fashioned two-hatch Mutalisks here. We've seen that a lot against Protoss, but usually on Protoss favorite maps. That's what generally happens. I mean, we saw Jaedong do it against Free, for example, on Byzantium, which is a very, very Protoss favorite map against Zerg. In fact, only one player has played... Oh, but no, it's Hydralisk! We're going to see two-hatch Lurkers! My favorite build. Then this is going to be really interesting. He's probably going to go for the temples and then try to get to the back of BackHo's base. And this could be really bad for BackHo. I'm surprised he's not scouting. Up Magic in that game lost mainly because he didn't scout it, because those Zerglings, like you say, take hours to kill out those temples. It looks like the probe has scouted it. So all BackHo needs to do is put a probe, put a pylon there and a cannon, and he'll be able to stop the Lurkers from getting in. Well, actually, no, he won't be able to stop the Lurkers from getting in. The cannon will actually not outrange the Lurkers at as far as distance. But if he puts a couple cannons up, it's going to be hard for the Lurkers to get any further, certainly. Meanwhile, he's putting a Stargate down. He needs that scouting information. He won't get it with his probes. And we're going to need to, July's going to need to do a lot of damage here with his Lurkers to make them worth it, because his economy is going to be very weak here, having gone 9 pool into 2-hatch Lurkers.
Can you explain to me why you would attack them with Lings if you're planning on going Lurkers, considering the fact that Lurkers will take out all 10 of them in the same amount of time? It'll take out all 10 of them in the same amount of time it would take to take out one, but he's going to try to take out like 7 or something like that with his Lings, and then what's he going to do? Just get the rest with his Lurkers? It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me, and he gave up his hand early, in my opinion, so unless he's distracting for other purposes, I don't see why he would do a play like that, other than the fact that he was trying to get ahead. But again, the fact that the Lurkers attack and hit all the temples at the same time kind of nullifies that whole point. So I'm not sure what JulyZerg was going for right there. He really, I think, played that
maybe
a little bit incorrectly. Could be.
Maybe he's just trying to get BackHo to overcommit to cannons back there, which he'll be forced to do. And look at this, BackHo does not have scouting information, so he's forced to put a cannon around his main base there. And maybe July's just going to go for all-in break here. Certainly has been done and can be successful. 4 Lurkers and that Mono Lings might be able to take down those cannons, but a third cannon going down here. Not sure if BackHo has seen the tech yet. BackHo's been completely in the dark, I think, until now. So we'll see what July decides to do here. He can still take down that temple, though, and run Lings through and still get behind BackHo's base. BackHo, meanwhile, looks like he's going to start off with Sarah Reaver here. It is a good build against this if you can get the timing right. You need to get Reavers out, and we've seen Zerg players win using this strategy, quite often by breaking these temples. I mean, obviously, Jaedong versus Free, once again, on this map. 1-hatch Lurkers into just crazy victory. So yeah, we're gonna see what these Lurkers do. Hopefully they do. Oh, they're gonna. Oh man, they're going for the front. I don't know if that's a good idea from July.
No, not at all. I think this is a horrible idea. He hasn't even taken down one of the 5 cannons yet. One finally going down. The second one just about to go down now, but others in the background warping in.
I don't know. I mean, it could work. It looks like we might have gotten owned here because JulyZerg knows better than all of us. JulyZerg, the Godfather, showing us and BackHo that he knows what he's doing, and he just broke through there. I don't know. Wow, I guess he did have enough stuff there, and JulyZerg with his great micro, of course, managed to pick off all the cannons. Very, very good running through the Zealots, and now BackHo in huge trouble here. His front door is down. He doesn't have mobile detection yet. That one Lurker getting chased around by a Zealot, and these Lurkers are going to be able to do so much damage. Oh no, but looks like a cannon's going up. That cannon, I think, has enough hit points. Yeah, it is going to take down the Lurkers. Oh, it's so close. Probes trying to help out. The probes go down. No, not enough. And these Lurkers might take down the Nexus.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, he's definitely in a good position, but still, I don't know if that... I'm surprised he went in for that, because now he's going to have... They're going to be Reavers out very shortly. Cannons are just going to continue to go down. Actually, I don't see a robotic support bay anywhere yet. It's... Oh, an observatory going down. So it looks like he's going to try to fight this off with... regular means such as Zealots and things like that for now, but I don't know how it's going to be tough for BackHo to do that. I still can't believe July didn't just go into the back of the base, take down the temples. There was only one cannon there. He could have forced his way in and then just had his way with the main base, and I'm a little surprised that he decided to go to the natural base. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was pretty successful, and it looks like he is going to get that Nexus down. But at the same point, I can't believe it. I think it would have paid off a lot more if he were to go for the temples. I don't think his lurkers would have been in range to get attacked. In the meantime, though, BackHo is doing a lot of damage to the food supply of JulyZerg. He's taking out a ton of overlords with those Corsairs. I'm pretty sure, anyway, all around the map. But it looks like, oh, the Nexus goes down. So JulyZerg actually doing a pretty good job of stopping the economy of BackHo, and that could be, well, it's not quite game over yet, considering JulyZerg still has some work to do, and now he's taking out the back temples, although I still can't believe he waited so long. And Observer's out now as well.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I mean, whatever he did, it was very, very good here. He got the Nexus.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have possibly gotten the main. That is true. He could have taken down the main. It is definitely possible, considering there's only one cannon there, like you said. Now a Spire going down, so we'll see whether it's for Mutalisks or for some Scourge. Most likely for some Mutalisks, I guess, because he thinks that BackHo is going to cannon up and get some Reavers, and Mutas are pretty good against that. And also, you can Scourge shuttles and Corsairs, of course, with them. Anyway, though, very nice frontal break there. I mean, BackHo is pretty much out of this game at this point. He does have 3 Corsairs up and maybe some Reavers coming out. He has Observers, but still, he suffered so much economic damage. And by the way, I don't know if rewind a minute there, but you saw JulyZerg, to prevent one of his lurkers from getting killed by the cannons, he ran in a Zergling. The cannon hit the Zergling, and it allowed him to escape with his lurker. So nice work there. Good micro. Looks like JulyZerg's just going to ignore that one cannon there. BackHo with no defense, and the back of his base is going to be, he's going to be pretty much backdoored, and all the 2 stairs going down also. So this is terrible for BackHo.
Yeah, JulyZerg, though, with a little poor position, looks like one of his lurkers just in range of that cannon. But now he's in range of the probe line, I think. But wait a second, he hasn't taken one shot on him, so maybe not. I think he's actually just out of range. That's going to give BackHo a little bit of time to set some sort of defense up, sending a Reaver back that way, and with no units back to support those lurkers up. It's going to be pretty tough for him to keep those lurkers alive without taking a lot of damage. But oh, stupid Scarab going off and not doing any damage. So, well, taking one lurker out with the second one, which was good. But it looks like July's backdoor gambit is not going to work after all. And maybe that's why he went in the front door and just assumed it wouldn't work.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he knew something I didn't know. Impressive, though.
Yeah, it could have been that. You know, actually, it is kind of hard to attack that mineral line. Now I realize if you have very well-placed cannons like BackHo did, and those are very well-placed, I mean, they're just close enough that they can attack, just with 2 of them, they can attack pretty much any part of the back of the mineral lines, so that you can't actually harass the probes. But JulyZerg, you know, pulling an amazing break there in the front. It was so close, too. I mean, there was no guarantee that was going to work by any means. So I thought it wasn't going to work, in fact, based on the number of troops, but it barely worked. And looks like he's going to pick off that cannon in the back, completely open up the back area of BackHo's base. And BackHo, the white tiger, the white female tiger, is in big trouble this game. I mean, maybe he can become the new cheerleader for Lecaf if he loses this. He hasn't been doing that great this season either,
no, though,
to be honest.
He'll be promoted to captain.
Oh, that's true. That's right, because the worst players are often the captains.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that BackHo, so obviously we knew he wasn't good against Zerg going into this. He's held his own, arguably, I guess. He did put down a lot of cannons. He was just a little late, and his scouting wasn't particularly good. So it took him a while to figure out what exactly was going on. And really, if he had just scouted better, he probably would have known a Hydra break was going on, and he probably would have got those cannons up much sooner and never have lost that Nexus. But he did, and now JulyZerg is got his what looks to be 3rd expansion up and running at the bottom right area. So now he's in a pretty good position. It looks like he's got 4 bases, or is that 5? Does he have 5 bases? 4 or 5 bases against the 2 of BackHo. So I just don't know if that blob on the right is overlords or a base.
It's
or
4, I think. It's 4 total. Yeah, the blob on the right is just in a hatchery, I believe. Yeah, but yeah, BackHo is only 5-8 this season, so he's played a lot of games for Lecaf, but he's not doing great. You know, the thing is with BackHo and the Rock, we don't actually hate them, but we hate their play, and we don't like the fact that they get.
I hate the Rock. I do hate the Rock.
Okay, you actually hate the Rock.
I
Did
hate
the Rock do anything bad to you?
Yeah, he exists. I mean, what
Well, actually, I
worse
heard
thing can you do?
I heard he's a drug trader, actually, so you're right, I hate him too. But, what? I hear he uses steroids, actually.
Don't do drugs, kids. All right.
The thing is, all right. What I was trying to say was, oh, nice Reaver drop coming. No, Zealot going down. Doesn't look like July knows it's coming. Oh, but July's too busy killing all the Corsairs. And meanwhile, one Reaver, kills a lot of drones there. So a little bit of a nice hit there. But meanwhile, ton of, I don't even know how all those Corsairs went down. I guess just really, really good cloning from July. All right, what I was trying to say was BackHo and the Rock, get far in Star League sometimes, but they lose in terrible ways, and they never exhibit spectacular play. They never exhibit exciting play. When they win, it's with really, really boring standard play, and when they lose, it's because they make really dumb mistakes. And they're just, they're either boring to watch or they're retarded to watch. If you watch the OSL with BackHo, you'll know what I'm talking about. In that case, he was both boring and retarded.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, man. His play isn't, like you said, it's not exciting at all. And, there's no reason, I just find like there's no reason to watch him. He acts like he's the best player. I feel like an air of arrogance. He's got a passion for the game. I don't doubt that. And, shuttle going down.
Oh, and he's got no shuttle.
Yeah, but still, because of those reasons, I don't really like the guy, and I think he's the only pro gamer I don't like. Maybe I just got something against him. I don't even know in my head, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And a drone.
What's the drone doing?
Going to the,
oh no!
to the back of
Humiliation.
I can't wait.
It could. Oh, I can't wait either, man. JulyZerg might be going for some kind of hatchery in the back of BackHo's base. Just let him know that, hey, kid, your game's over, and I'm July here. Yeah, I know. I'm the Godfather. I'm the God of War, and you are a silly little boy who likes to dress in women's clothing, which BackHo is, by the way. And yeah, the drone is coming. JulyZerg. That's no accident. I think JulyZerg. BackHo having some breathing problems there. I gotta say, JulyZerg's been playing amazing this game. I mean, just absolutely incredible. Okay, so actually BackHo does have a Dark Templar, so it looks like this drone is not going to get far. Unfortunately, no. We don't get to see that. JulyZerg has been playing great with his Scourge this entire game. I mean, getting Scourge in places where you just wouldn't expect they could get to. And now he has bases all around the map. I think he's up to 5 now, officially, and he's got, maybe 8 hatches. Sauron Zerg at its best here against BackHo, who, I don't even know what to say. I mean, he should have GG'd a while ago. I guess he's still in the game, but he's pretty much doomed at this point.
There's a point in every game for each race where you're like, all right, they've reached their critical mass, they've reached their perfect form, right? So the Terran player has fully upgraded metal, Goliaths, and tanks, say, in versus Protoss play. Zerg, when they're at about 5 or 6 bases, you're about to see their perfect form. Sauron Zerg, as you put it before. It's like unstoppable.
Right.
You can produce so many units, such a variety of units, without ever losing, a hitch at all. I mean, it's amazing what they're capable of doing at that point, and in the capable hands of a pro such as JulyZerg, it's scary to go up against. I mean, now we're seeing a good unit switch right there. We got Muta out, we got Hydra out. Ooh, nice high Templar drop actually by BackHo, right in the middle of the base, catching a lot of units. But it's not going to matter. I mean, really, he's going to get all those drones at that base, but the thing is, with the amount of hatcheries that JulyZerg has, all he's got to do is produce 1 round of drones with half his larva, and he's already fully back up and maybe then some on top of it. So, I mean, we're just right here, you're going to see what Zerg really do, and that is Zerg. They Zerg another player. The amount of units that they can just pump at a player can be absurd. Absurd. Well, that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, that was a very good storm drop. I'll give it to BackHo there, and he does dance very well while wearing woman's clothing. He does do that, by the way, Rise. He dances better than I would, and he looks better as a woman than almost any male pro gamer. So he's got that accomplishment.
No, Lomo is the best female-looking pro gamer.
No, man. Lomo was the girl on the right, by the way, the wannabe girl. Nice micro here from July, killing all the probes without even losing much. ZZ, yo! BackHo is also pro at GGing. That he is. He originated the BackHo GG, which is ZZ, yo. He started this build, the BackHo GG, and he loves using it because he loses a lot.
Well, that was a pretty GG. Very well played by JulyZerg. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. We never get tired of BackHo antics, much like Firebat Heroes, so certainly exciting. And now we're going to go on to apparently set 5, the ace match. So exciting game. I think it's Jadong versus Washington. Coming up next